place called the Anglezarke Reservoir, which is somewhere near the town of Chorley. That is the route I took. I did try to speak directly, but there was a lot of disturbance, so please ignore my speech movements. This was on the last weekend in April that I went. The Anglezarke Reservoir is part of the three reservoirs that feed water, drinking water, and they're all maintained by United Utilities, which is a water supplying utility in the northwest of England. From the top of the reservoir you can see that this is a beautiful place. Only can see a little bit of water here, but as I walked down, more and more of the reservoir was revealed, and it was really beautiful to see. So come with me, friends, and enjoy this ride. Walk is basically to get into the outdoors, and to do this I'm going to go back where my car is parked, from where I'll take a footpath / horse track, which will basically be walking alongside the reservoir. So this is where I think it gets. This is a very green neck of the woods, as you can see. It's beautiful, and there's this house here which kind of reminds me of the black and white houses of Chester that I saw last week, which I blogged about a couple of days back. I have no idea whether anybody stays here. It is called the Hippie Waterband's Cottage. You can hear the sound of gushing water as it falls over. So this is where the water is coming down from. And it goes under this road to the other side, where it goes and meets the reservoir that we have just passed. See, when I came in there was just one car, but now there are 4 more. This looks like a track that is quite busy. They have mentioned that there is a lambing season going on, and this is also called the Lancashire Way, as well as also known as the West Pennine Way. So I presume that there will be 2 different routes here. This is known as the Kissing Gate. So basically, to get into this, either as a person or as a bicycle, you need to come in and go through. So let's see how interesting this gate gets as we go. You can see that these steps have been obviously created to facilitate the movement of people, and how far it goes up is for me to just guess for the time being, because I don't know. Lamb over there with obviously its mother. One can go down these gentle slopes till one reaches the actual reservoir at the bottom, which is somewhere there. As I go further, I reach this section here where there is a kind of a swift movement of the water, and I've eliminated the sound because it was quite raucous. I passed that point and then I came across this second kissing gate. There's a couple that sat over there and is admiring the view. But it is from this place that you can actually start seeing the reservoir in all its glory. All these plants are the gorse bushes and they are plentiful over here, and I've just kind of showed a little bit of them. But that is the Anglezarke Reservoir, and it is really, really beautiful. You can see the rolling hills in the distance and quite a lot of lamb fields and sheep fields in the foreground, which you will see in a few seconds. But first, let's take a little closer look at the gorse bushes. They are really, really pretty. As you get closer with your camera, you can make out that each of them is a bloom by itself, and together they really look very, very stunning. The whole area looks really, really beautiful. And I reached the other end where you can see the wall again. Beyond this, to the back of the camera, is the actual Rivington Reservoir, which then goes on for another 2 miles and then ends in a certain point, which is about 5.9 miles from my starting point. The next few minutes, I'm just going to show some of the sheep and the lambs, and they look really, really fascinating. Most of the sheep and lambs are white in color, but I did see one which was black. So as you can see, that black lamb over there, which looks really different from most of the others. But the sheep are nonchalantly feeding, as are the lambs, and some of them are actually sitting there and enjoying. This is the last view of the Anglezarke Reservoir that I'm going to share with you. Uh, at this point, you can actually get down to the water if you wish to, but I didn't for safety reasons, because the local council does report that the water in this reservoir can be quite deep. Why take a chance and why break a law? That's all I'm saying. So as you can see, I moved on from here, and at this point I can see this is one of the inlets that is created into the reservoir for the water to come in from the tops of the hills, and this is where it would go in after coming back from there. Just another look at that, and you can see that there is no water at present, but I suppose that when it rains heavily, the water would come from that point down towards where I am standing, down these flights of steps, and then go past where I am to get to the bottom. A final look at these lovey-dovey lambs, and that's the end of it.